is very physical, Jon Pertwee, isn't it? It's all action-packed
it's
and...
It's the first time we've actually sort of seen Alfred be physical, I think that's the
Yeah.
thing. That's sort of the great opportunity, actually playing him younger, that actually let me do that. Because, you know, why would the richest man in the world actually have someone, a sort of spine Eastender, looking after them? It's because obviously he was acted as a bodyguard as well as a valet and a confidant and a butler.
And all those fight scenes and things, have you done all that yourself, or do you have a double?
Yeah, no, we do. We got an incredible stunt team, I have to say, but I did it myself. It's sort of self-inflicted.
Stabbed yourself in the
Yeah, whenever a sofa I was showing off.
Okay. Jon, where did they film all of this? But this is a very, very polished production.
Yeah.
And as you were saying about Alfred, it would be wrong, as we assume, those of us who've been brought up on the comics or the TV programmes, to see or to remember Alfred as a butler, because you've just given us an insight much more than that around the young Bruce Wayne. But it is such a, I don't know, glossy production, this that you're...
That goes down. I mean, the thing is, it's an honour to be asked to play one of the very few sort of British people in the superhero canon. And it really leans towards the people, our showrunners, which are Danny Cannon and Bruno Heller, both of which are Brits. And they've created this world, and the thing is, Gotham, everyone has in their mind's eye what Gotham is supposed to look like, and everyone has a feeling, because there's 76 years of the mythology of Batman. But they've created this highly sort of polished world, and I think that people now, especially in America and now in England, have sort of embraced our interpretation of sort of Taxi Driver meets Grimm's fairy tale kind of thing. I think.
Were you a Batman fan as a kid?
Yeah, I was. I used to watch Batman. My father was an actor, of course, as you probably... I don't know if you knew.
No, your father was a legend. I mean, we should really say that. And for someone like me, your dad, and if you actually think you're looking at Jon, they said, please, let's see the picture again.
See it. I love that.
If you actually think...
That's what I'm talking about.
If you actually think you're looking at Jon as the main picture there, Jon's the child in the background. So alike are you...
But that's funny, because that actually was taken when I used to wait up for my father. My father used to wake me up when he was on Broadway when we lived in New Jersey, and he used to wake me up, and we used to watch Batman together.
And I've got to ask you about this.
Now,
this is something you did. Was it for Halloween?
No, that actually is a Photoshop. So one of our sort of liturgy of friends, fans, actually put that together. But I actually did one myself, which was, you know, I can only blame on tequila, really. But that was done. That's a Photoshop by one of our fans. But it's kind of spooky, right?
Do you like it when people say this is one you put on Twitter, wasn't it?
That's the Halloween party.
I saw that. Do you like it when people say, "Oh, you're getting so much like your father"? Because each time I see you, you look more like him, I think.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love it. I wished he was here. You know, I really do. I
mean, he'd be very, very, very proud of you. So proud of you. And when we talk about your dad, it's not as if we're talking about him at the expense of you. That's not what I mean at all. I mean, you're obviously a fine actor in your own right and whatever, but your dad, let's not underestimate. I don't think we'll ever see characters like your dad on British television ever again. And he came to the fore quite late in life, relatively. I mean, to have played not only Doctor Who, Wurzel Gummidge as well.
Iconic. I mean, absolutely iconic. I mean, the thing is, he always sort of said himself that he did the greatest sort of plus that he'd ever given the sort of the English public was actually not taking on Arthur Lowe's part in Dad's Army. He was offered the same 2 roles as Doctor Who and as Captain Mannering at the same time. So he says that the greatest thing he ever did was actually taking Doctor Who, because we would have been denied Arthur Lowe's performance, which was extraordinary.
And that's very generous to say that. Talking about taking the role, you know, it would be a dream of a lot of people who follow Doctor Who to see you as the Doctor. Is that something that you would ever consider, or you would ever be tempted by?
No, I think that he'd split his sides laughing, but of course, it'd be an honour to be involved in some capacity, but it's, you know, slightly too big a shoes, Cuban heel boots to fill, really.
Got that. What about Wurzel Gummidge? Would you ever do Wurzel Gummidge?
I've actually been in it a couple of times. I was appalling, actually. I played a scarecrow. I was really awful. I love Wurzel Gummidge. That is very sort of dear to my heart, because it was something that he always wanted to do all of his life, and he grew up with the books. In fact, the postman was the voice of Wurzel Gummidge, his postman when he was growing up.
Oh, that's where he got the voice?
That's where he got the voice from.
Can you do the voice?
I can't. No. Let's try. Nearly.
You said that a bit too quickly, as if you were dreading being asked that.
Back to you, because it's always lovely to talk about your dad, but we don't want to just do that. Because back to Gotham, because you're living now in New York.
Yes.
This has been so successful for you.
Yeah, I went over to New York to work with a friend of mine called Johnny Miller on a show called Elementary, which is very popular here.
Sherlock Holmes.
And Sherlock Holmes, the young Sherlock, and I played Lestrade. And then it's very strange. The sort of doors obviously seem to open when you're in the States like that. And I was asked to go and to be seen to play this role, which was a generic sort of speech. And I got flown down to LA, and I saw Bruno Heller lope past with Danny Cannon, and I didn't know what it was for. And then I found out, of course, it was for this show called Gotham, which is the precursor to Batman.
And the young actor, is it David Mazouz?
David Mazouz,
Is he a similar age to your son?
Yeah, my son's called Alfred, which is...
Sean, I think a lot of people may not realise how much you're in their lives as voiceover man, as the man, for instance, on MasterChef.
Yeah, I love doing MasterChef.
Do you?
Yeah, I love it. I'm a huge foodie. I grew up in Ibiza. My mother wrote 3 cookbooks. Ingeborg wrote 3 cookbooks, and I worked in kitchens to get through drama school anyway. So I'm a massive fan. So to be asked to do the professional MasterChef, which I have to say, which is it's just a real honour, and for them to allow me to do it down the line, because I do it from the States to England.
Oh, do you? So you have to
So
come
yeah,
back?
I did the first couple when I was here, and they very kindly continued on, and we start the next season.
And
quite
do you
soon.
cook?
I do cook. Yeah, I do cook. Yeah, yes, I do.
Nobody cooks in New York.
No one cooks in New York. They overseason.
They don't have cookers, do they? They keep things in their ovens instead of
Do you know, I could talk to you all day, my friend. Gotham, Channel 5, Monday night at 10 o'clock, and it is this complete reinvention of Alfred the butler, where he's anything but. It is brilliant. I enjoy it very much. I look forward to Monday night, and just a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Hello, YouTube. For more of the same, just click here, and don't forget you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
Jared Leto, who I met for 5 minutes, OK, he's a huge fan of Matty, my son, who's in the 1975. So I found myself next to him at Coachella in this sort of artist enclosure. You know, stars galore everywhere, and I'm stood next to him. And I waited till he made the minutest eye contact and went, I'm the mum, like this.